The Census Bureau just released two important sets of data that challenge some of the political assumptions that both parties believe. The first data set showed that diversity is on the rise in the last two presidential elections. Hispanics, Asian Americans, and multiracial voters grew as a segment of the electorate. This has long been cast as a benefit to Democrats who typically trounce Republicans with non-white voters, and white voters fell from 73% in 2016 to 71% in 2020. Republicans have feared for a long time that a more diverse electorate would hurt them at the ballot box, but that isn't what's happening here. One of the main reasons racial diversity has failed to favor Democrats so strongly is that most of the changes in demographics have not come from African Americans, but from Hispanics, Asian Americans, and multiracial voters. Florida, which has for a long time had an increasing number of Latinx voters, went for Trump by a larger majority in 2020 than in 2016, even though Florida also had 1.1 million new voters aged 18 to 34. Also surprisingly, Biden only won Miami-Dade County by 7 points, which is supposed to be a strong Latinx Black Democratic stronghold. For comparison, Hillary won this county by 30 points in 2016. Many correctly attribute this shift to Cuban American voters, 55% of whom voted for Trump. These gains also have been the result of a lack of outreach by Democrats to Latinx communities and an increasing level of outreach by Republicans. The second dataset concerns where people live. It showed that population growth continued to accelerate in the South and West, which is leading to Republican-leaning states like Texas and Florida picking up a vote in the Electoral College, and states like California and New York losing a vote. These states in the Sun Belt will continue to be more important in future elections. These states also comprise of large white and non-white populations. While it's unquestionable minority support in Arizona and Georgia carried Biden to victory, a pivotal but underreported statistic is that what made his victories possible was better support among white voters. The problem that Democrats have is the problem that Republicans have. They treat any racial group that isn't white as a homogeneous monolith. 2020 shows that neither party can rely solely on a particular set of voters. What both parties need to understand to be successful is that there is diversity within diverse groups, and there is no one-size-fits-all policy. Both parties need to make a concerted effort to reach out to disparate groups, both white and non-white, in order to gain voters. America is changing, and politicians must change with it if they're to have staying power.